Here is Alan Dershowitz.
Abuse of power, even if proved, is not an impeachable offense. That's exactly what the framers rejected. They didn't want to give Congress the authority to remove a president because he abused his power. They have to prove treason, they have to prove bribery, or they have to prove other crimes and misdemeanors. I'm arguing on behalf of the Constitution. I'm arguing to avoid a terrible precedent being set for future presidents.
I'm going to do a round robin of my attorneys here. Go first, Jill Wine-Banks. You make sense of that argument for us, please.
I would have to remain silent in response to that because you cannot make any sense out of it. It is an absurd comment. It is the standard by which we have impeached in the past. If you listen to the witnesses at the House, 3 out of 4 said that is an impeachable offense. The impeachment articles against Richard Nixon included abuse of power. It is clearly what was intended by our framers. It's what the Federalist Papers say, and it's the thing that makes sense. Other high crimes and misdemeanors are exactly that. It isn't under the federal statutes that they were talking about. Bribery isn't one under the federal statute because there was no federal bribery crime when the Constitution was passed. It was whatever people thought it was.
Indeed. Maya Wiley, same question. He essentially is saying that unless you have actual treason or bribery, or then he says other crimes and misdemeanors, but those cannot include abuse of power. Does that make any sense to you, Maya?
No. I think Neil Katyal was dead on. Jill is dead on. I just want to share. And first of all, Andrew Jackson, the first president of the United States to face impeachment and have an impeachment trial. Andrew Johnson.
Yep.
Was impeached for abuse. He was being impeached for abuse of power. There was no criminal offense underlying his impeachment. So that's number one. But the second is I just want to pull out an argument that Alan Dershowitz made during the Mueller probe, which was that even if Donald Trump went to Putin when he was a candidate and said, hey, Putin, you know what? I'd be a great president for you because I don't agree with sanctions against Russia. I don't agree with the Magnitsky Act. So look, you help me, I help you, we're good. Alan Dershowitz wrote that would not be impeachable. So when you hear him make this argument, he is literally saying that even if everything Mueller found he could prove in a court of law, Donald Trump would not be impeachable.
Yeah, nothing Donald Trump does is impeachable, apparently.